just, wanting to reach out, trying to stay in touch, and there's some of them are saying KBBG is the only thing that makes it possible for them to do another day.
And many of
So
them,
that's a powerful place to be.
many of them pooled their money to send in donations to KBBG.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not easy to have, money, to say because they're not earning.
And
that
so
much
many of
money.
our family members are in prison, are on their way to prison by their behavior, and that's the new industry, of course. Prisons are the new industry. So there's a lot that needs to be done, but we can't get started on it if we won't communicate.
Exactly.
We're not talking and we're not saying, this is where we find ourselves. Let's look for a solution. We may not be able to help those that are in there, but my God, can we come up with something that will stop the others from following?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
And,
thank you.
KBBG has always been, people talk about Motown. KBBG has been Motown on radio. And a lot of people don't know that Motown is no longer black-owned.
That's right.
Isn't that something that people do not know that? And
They don't know
BET is not.
BET, no.
They're not,
Mm-mm.
no. All of that is going on and we don't even realize it.
That's
It'll
been
be
going
too
on for
late
several
when we wake
years.
up,
That's
you
when we've
see.
been talking
That's
about
what
that.
we've been telling the community.
and,
We've been telling them over and over. You don't have to go that far. I just found out that the radio station in Des Moines is
Yeah.
no longer
Yeah,
here.
the black station in Des
Really?
Moines.
A
Yeah.
bigger place is Des Moines,
Yeah.
and they have lost their radio station.
They've lost it.
You
So
see?
see,
Yeah.
that's why, people in this community, if you're listening, wake up, make the contribution, especially if you do the base of $35, because
Mhm.
most
If
of
we get
us,
enough people to do
Mhm.
that,
Yes.
yes.
most of us will spend that
Oh,
on a
yes.
weekend clubbing,
Yeah,
or on 2 pizzas.
Mhm.
that's right.
That's
On
right.
a weekday, you're easily
That's
there.
right.
And don't get your MediaCom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, and a MediaCom, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just went up again.
Yes,
You know,
that's right.
Now, why is it that we can have MediaCom, we can do all these other things, but when it comes to something
Something
that
that
will.
is yours.
Yours.
This is yours.
Yours,
This
this
is
is yours, and we just have to kind of change our thinking and think about, someone asked us one time, they were so incensed after one of the radio times, and they says, why can't you just turn off the radio and just leave it off for a week and let people see what it would be like without having KBBG? And I says, well, that's tempting, but that's not the way we roll. We can't do that,
even though
but it's
they're-
tempting.
even though they're competing technologies, what those technologies don't offer is a locally based programming and information.
That's right.
You're not going to get it on the satellite stations. You're not going to get it on other radio stations that you get on your computer. The local news of our community comes from this local station.
Yes.
The programming that's geared to the betterment of citizens here in the Cedar Valley comes from this station.
Yes.
The literacy training for our youth in this community comes from this station. So there are many things that we do, and we do it well. Notice I've become a we, okay? I guess I am a we now because I've been down here for about 12 or more years, trying to motivate the community to say, hey, let's put our arms around KBBG. And if you think it's something now, you just watch. It's going to be even bigger than that because we support it. It's ours, and we're not going to let it go away. Rest assured, if you don't support it, somebody will come in and get this beautiful building, and it won't have your voice anymore, and it will close down just like the local news and the local emphasis, just like it's been closed out in Des Moines. So 234-1441, make sure that you put aside $35 to become a member. And of course, if you want to double that, we're all for doubling,
That's right.
But this is one thing you can double down on,
That's
okay?
right, yeah.
But don't forget that we've got 2012 elections staring us in the face, and we've got to be involved, and we've got to have this station so that all of those voices you heard in 2008, I mean, if it wasn't for KBBG, I wouldn't have gotten to meet President Obama. and ask a question. I thought I was really a star. I was down on the floor with a microphone. But anyhow, folks, 234-1441.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. We want you to continue, of course, to listen to us here at KBBG, but do more than listen. We need you to make a contribution. That's where we're at. I realize that budgets are tight everywhere for nonprofits such as ours, but this is beyond any personality. I hope that people, if they're having a problem with individuals, that they can set that aside and make yourself be bigger than that. We're talking about an institution that came into being because one man, African American by the name of Jimmy Porter, the man from Mississippi, had the vision and brought it forward and has asked us to take care of this station for those generations to come. That's what we intend to do. We'll be back on the other side.
The views of this program are not necessarily those of KQBG FM
I got to go
88.1.
somewhere and do
Something's
something about
going-
my,
what's going
girl,
on?
something's going on with my throat.
Yeah, I thought it was something in your ears, too.
And my ears, I can hear something in there.
Like an echo or something.
Yeah. And it's so, it distorts my speaking so in my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. This young man, he's a minister.
Yeah, I
They
heard
did
you
the-
did
yeah, they
that
did the
here
movie.
for the
I mean, they did the
dancing,
singing.
yeah.
Yeah. And I
But
had
I
no
don't
idea
know
what it
him,
was
though.
gonna be. I hadn't known him either. I knew his dad though. I
Okay.
knew his dad.
He's got a nice voice.
And the time now is 11 a.m. You're just listening to
That
the
was,
Daily FYI, talking about
Well, that was a
why
long, that
we
was a
should
15
support
minutes that went,
community
I knew when I saw
radio,
Warren, I said, I know
specifically
this is,
KBBG
because I know
FM
he's talking, and I
88.1.
was